frío, ¿no? Okay.
We are in Hanoi, the capital city of Vietnam, famous for its local and genuine Vietnamese cuisine. We're gonna kick off with the northern style Vietnamese pho. Of course, we're gonna try the Vietnamese spring rolls as well. Then we're gonna continue with banh bao, the local dumplings, and then we're gonna try some local meats prepared in a very authentic way. This is going to be a very hot and very tasty adventure in the Vietnamese north. Of course, we couldn't miss the banh mi sandwiches, the iconic staple of Vietnam. So, let's begin. Here we are in the amazing Hanoi. We had a very long flight. We are jet lagged, we are tired, but we are also hungry. And our first stop will be someplace making a great local pho. So let's go and check them out. So our first meal in Hanoi, our dinner will be here at the place called Nam Bi Tet, and this is really and truly a local place, very small shop, but let's see if they have this great and tasty pho that we are looking for. I'm really happy that we found this place. This is a proper local Hanoi food spot, and they have all the Vietnamese traditional foods, and we can also take a sneak peek inside the kitchen and see how it's done. It's quite hot, it's hectic, it's busy over there, a lot of frying, a lot of different motions creating some incredible food, and we can also see a couple of pigeons getting deep fried here. But what I'm interested in are these Vietnamese pork spring rolls, and they're made with minced pork, mushrooms, carrots, and also some Vietnamese rice noodles. But I will start off with my all-time favorite, and this is pho ba, the beef soup. And Hanoi style is recognizable because of all these greens, all these onions and green onions added afterwards once the broth is poured over the beef meat. The name of the pho soup actually comes from these noodles. They are called pho, and that's then the whole name for the soup as well. But it's really made out of some very tasty ingredients, and it's also quite refreshing because of the generous amount of coriander. But let's go. The broth is kind of sweet, very tasty. Probably the sweet taste comes from the green onions. There's also ordinary onions, but then these beautiful chunks of very tender, very juicy beef. Amazing. The spoon is always here to help with the broth, so let's try the broth on its own. Incredible taste. There is a bit of sweetness, then there's that refreshing taste of coriander, which is a must in any pho, and also the onion, everything that was inside this broth. The beef bones boiled and cooked for probably at least 12 hours. You can feel it. It's really rich, it's really tasty, and it's really irreplaceable. Vietnamese pho is among the best soups in the world, if not the best. Cheers. Let's try some of this refreshing cucumber salad with a slice of chili. This is actually quite tasty. There's garlic inside, there's this slice of chili, and it's a bit sweet and it's a bit savory, but quite refreshing. It's time for some Bia Hanoi. Cheers. Vietnamese pork spring rolls served on a bed of lettuce. Very interesting, very dense texture, mix of all these flavors. Predominant, I think, it's mushrooms, then the pork meat, then the carrots, then the rice noodles as well. Very crunchy skin on the outside, very tasty, very delicious Vietnamese spring rolls. A crunchy delicacy, but let's try it rolled in this lettuce. I didn't expect this, but the lettuce really changes the things, gives that freshness to each bite, and it's really much tastier with the lettuce. Of course, we had to stop for some refreshments, and here we're gonna enjoy some natural made juices out of pineapple, mango, watermelon, whichever fruit they have. You just ask for it and they blend it, they blitz it in front of you, and you get this fresh natural goodness. Let's give it a go with this freshly made mango juice. Mango in a cup, that's it. After that very tasty dinner, we also got quite refreshed here at this fruit drinks stall. But tomorrow we continue with some more of the amazing local Hanoi foods. So, see you tomorrow. Good morning from Hanoi. It's a sunny day with very clear skies, and behind me is a Ban Bao place. This is a place making traditional Vietnamese dumplings stuffed with pork and egg yolks and many different stuffings. They also make the famous banh mi sandwich here as well, and this will be our first stop today, and I came here especially to try the dumplings. These steamed dumplings are steaming hot. They're fresh, and I got the classic one stuffed with pork meat and egg yolks, and I also got the chicken one, the Ban Bao Ga, and this place exists from 1998. It's quite famous locally, and they make among the best dumplings in Hanoi. So let's start with the pork one first. The dough is quite light, quite soft, very airy. This is a steamed dough. This is something that we are not used to in the West. And this one actually has a whole quail egg and also pork meat and mushroom mix. Quite light dough and very tasty. Let's go with the chicken Ban Bao. Again, the thick layer of dough, but this dough is quite tasty, quite soft. And this chicken one is even better than the pork one, at least I prefer it. The chicken inside is quite tasty. There are some carrots, onions, there are some spices, and this is really another great local treat. Cheers. Behind me is our lunch destination, and here we're gonna enjoy some more of the local Vietnamese foods. You can tell that the place is good when there's a rice cooker just behind where you sit. For our lunch, we are here in the Co restaurant near the old quarter in Hanoi city center. and this place offers traditional Vietnamese food but with a modern twist.
You know how to eat?
It's better you show us. Lettuce, sour,
Sa as fried meat pork
pineapple,
and pineapple,
carrot,
carrot, cucumber,
cucumber.
and dry noodle, and minestrone.
Oh, and the sauce. And this is a rice paper, yeah?
This side paper,
Very good. Okay, thank you.
green beef in barbecue,
Wow.
and so come with me, right? Green chicken in bamboo, and come with me, right?
Wow. Our food is here and this looks absolutely overwhelming. We ordered a plate with sa, and this is minced pork grilled with the lemongrass, and then we got these two bamboo plates stuffed with beef and chicken, and this really looks amazing and it smells even better. Let's start first with this authentic Vietnamese roll with sa, the minced pork patty that was grilled on a lemongrass and stuffed with all these goodies. This is just an amazing mix of flavors. This grilled meat on a lemongrass, so there is a strong taste of lemongrass. Then we have carrot, cucumber, pineapple that gives a sweet note to it. Then I also use this sweet chili sauce, so it's on the sweeter side, but a bit spicy as well. These noodles kind of give mild taste, but all in all, very delicious. It's maybe on a dry side, that's the only minus, but everything else is quite tasty. The beef is quite tasty, but it's also a bit on a chewy side. Let's go with a second bite, maybe it will be a bit better. I was unlucky with the first bite, but the second one was quite good, very juicy, very tasty, easy to chew, and this almost sticky rice really improves everything. Time to try the chicken from the bamboo, and it really smells and looks very tasty. This is now a proper food. This chicken was perfectly grilled. There's that charcoal taste to it and smell as well, and it's very juicy. It has some glaze on top with these sesame seeds, and it really goes perfect with this rice. This chicken is definitely a proper stuff and it asks for more. With each bite, you want to take another one. Cheers. Well, I was lucky today because my wife left some of that chicken mango salad for me. You wouldn't really expect that this all goes together. There's even some kind of mayonnaise-based sauce, a little bit of bell peppers as well, some lettuce. But mango and chicken are stars of this show. Very strange, very refreshing and very tasty. We had to go with another of these traditional plates, and this one is a little bit different. It has a traditional pancake, deep fried, and then stuffed with this mixture of chunks of pork meat, and prawns. There are also some shredded carrots and of course some noodles. Let's go. Again, for me, completely unusual blend of tastes. That pork meat, the recognizable taste, and then of course the taste, strong taste of prawns, and then the sweet pineapple carrot with its more or less neutral taste. I mean, this is really like a carnival of flavors. I was quite amazed by this lunch here with all these foods. These are flavors and tastes that I never combined in this way before. But anyway, some things I like better than the others, and my champion definitely today was that chicken in bamboo, then also the pancake stuffed with pork and shrimps or prawns, that was quite good as well, but also that chicken and mango salad was perfect. Great lunch, but this evening we continue and we go for some more of the local amazing foods.
Honey, look how we made it this far. Hasn't the pace been a long bit? Honey, take a look at where we are.
Behind me is the place called the Banh Mi Station, and this will be our stop for some banh mi sandwiches. We got seated at the Banh Mi Station, and this is a relatively new place, and this is a completely different than those local small places that you can usually see around Hanoi, but we wanted to try something a bit modernized for a change. My Hoi An chicken banh mi is getting ready, some Vietnamese butter at the bottom, and then very generous amount of pork liver pate, nicely and evenly spread at the bottom, some marinated chicken in the middle, mayo on top, another sauce on top, now something nice and fresh, couple of slices of cucumber, then we have some pickled veggies, carrot and radish, and to finish it all with cilantro. This one is ready. Pork banh mi being finished as well, and now both of them are ready. All our food is here, our banh mi sandwiches and also the spicy hot pan, which looks and smells amazing. But I will start off with this Hanoi style chicken banh mi. All the ingredients are fresh in this banh mi. There's that pork liver pate at the bottom, then this marinated grilled chicken meat, and then we have of course the cilantro, cucumber and these pickled veggies. Let's go. This was an excellent first bite, nice warm baguette, and then these ingredients, they really go well together. And then the freshness from cilantro, the Vietnamese coriander, that's really something unbeatable. I had my reservations because I usually expect the food to be best at those very, very local places. This is a nice, tidy, modern looking place, but this is also one excellent banh mi. The chicken inside is very juicy, very tasty. All the combination again, the sauce, the greens, everything is just perfect. That was an absolutely great start with those banh mi sandwiches, but this is something that I was really looking forward to. I will start off with a little bit of everything, the spoonful of pate, then chunk of meatball, as well some beef and the cold cut. Well, this is something absolutely fantastic. This is like a banh mi on steroids, and I will follow up with another bite with a similarly placed ingredients. This is really, really tasty and something that gets your fingers, mouth completely messy. Cheers. Meatball, beef, cold cuts, everything is soft, delicious, very tender, very juicy. Of course, we couldn't finish our evening just yet without stopping at this roti shop. This is Vietnamese roti, the sweet coffee bread of Vietnam, traditional pastry, and we got a couple of different. I got one with vanilla. So this will be just like a small dessert after that nice dinner. Nice, hot, very soft, fresh from the oven Vietnamese roti. Very tasty, extremely buttery pastry. You can really sense that taste of butter. There's a little bit of vanilla in the middle, but all in all, great, inexpensive, and very tasty dessert. These guys are busy. We were passing them several times during the day. They're always busy. They're always baking it fresh. So I think this was the best way to end this food tour of this incredible city of Hanoi. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until the next time, all the best.